Hello everyone, welcome back. Today we're going to study the third subchapter from the seventh chapter of auditing, that is secretarial audit. First of all, let's see what is a secretarial audit. So secretarial audit means an audit conducted to check whether the company is complying with the provisions of various laws, rules, regulations and procedures applicable to the company. It ensures proper compliance of the Companies Act 2013, the SEBI regulations for listed companies, and other corporate laws and secretarial standards. Now let's know who conducts secretarial audit. So the secretarial audit is conducted by a company secretary in practice, that is PCS, and not a CA, that is not a chartered accountant. So the company secretary conducts the secretarial audit. Now let's move on to the next topic, that is applicability. So here the applicability and conduct of secretarial audit, there are two types in case of Companies Act as well as in case of the SEBI regulations. So first we'll be studying about the Companies Act 2013. So here the audit is applicable to four types. First one is for every listed company. So what does a listed company means? It is a company whose securities are listed on a recognized stock exchange. Second one is every public company having paid up share capital of rupees 50 crore or more. So if total paid up capital contributed by shareholders is rupees 50 crore or above, secretarial audit becomes compulsory. The third one is every public company having a turnover of rupees 250 crore or more. So if company's total sales or revenue during the financial year is more than rupees 250 crore or more, then the secretarial audit is mandatory. The fourth one is every company having outstanding loans or borrowings from banks or PFI of rupees 100 crores or more, then the secretarial audit is compulsory. So if a company has unpaid loans of rupees 100 crore or above from banks or financial institutions, it must conduct secretarial audit. Now let's move on to the secretarial audit report. So the company is required to annex with its board's report a secretarial audit report given by a company secretary in practice in form MR3. So the audit report prepared by the company secretary must be attached along with the board's report. Now the duty of the company. So as per section 204 subsection 2, it is the duty of the company to give all assistance and facilities to the PCS for auditing the secretarial and related records. So the company must provide all records, documents and support. So they cannot say the file is missing or we cannot give you the file. Everything must be provided to the company secretary. Next one is penalty. So according to section 204 subsection 4, if a company or officer or PCS contravenes the provisions, they shall be liable to a penalty of rupees 2 lakh. So the violation attracts penalty of 2 lakh rupees. Both company and the company secretary can be penalized. Now let's see the applicability and conduct of secretarial audit as per the SEBI regulations. First we discussed about the Companies Act. Now we're going to discuss applicability and conduct under SEBI regulations. So as per regulation 24A of SEBI regulations 2015, every listed entity and its material unlisted subsidiaries incorporated in India shall undertake secretarial audit. So every listed entity as well as their material unlisted subsidiaries which are incorporated in India shall undertake secretarial audit. So the secretarial audit report shall be annexed with the annual report of the listed entity. So the listed companies as well as the unlisted subsidiaries must conduct audit and attach report to the annual report. The next one is secretarial compliance report. Every listed entity shall submit a secretarial compliance report to stock exchanges within 60 days from the end of each financial year. That is within 60 days of March 31, it must be submitted the NSE or BSE, that is the National Stock Exchange or the Bombay Stock Exchange. Now let's move on to the next topic, that is qualification of a secretarial auditor. So only a member of ICSI holding the Certificate of Practice or PCS is qualified. So only practicing company secretary can do it. So now let's see the appointment of secretarial auditor. So as per Rule 8 of Section 179, the secretarial auditor shall be appointed by means of resolution at a duly convened board meeting. So board must officially approve through board's resolution. Now let's move on to the next topic, that is letter of engagement. It is advisable for the secretarial auditor to get a letter of engagement from the company. So this is a written agreement for clarity of duties and terms. Now let's see the reporting changes. So company shall report any change in secretarial auditor during the financial years to members through the board's report. Then the reading of qualifications or remarks. So the qualifications, observations or comments of the secretarial audit report shall be read at the annual general meeting along with explanation and comments of the board. So any adverse remarks must be explained before the shareholders. Then the secretarial audit report format as per section 204 rule 9 subsection 2, report shall be in form MR3. So we cannot use on format. Then the duty of board according to section 134 subsection 3, the board shall explain in full any qualification, observation or remark made by PCS in secretarial audit report. If auditor says annual general meeting not held on time, the board must explain why. Okay, now let's discuss a solved case. So let's apply the law here. Here the question is, P Limited is an unlisted public company with a paid up capital of rupees 45 crores, turnover of rupees 225 crore, an outstanding bank loan of rupees 110 crores. So here we should check whether secretarial audit is required or not. So as we have already mentioned the applicability and conduct of secretarial audit as per the Companies Act 2013, we studied or discussed certain things, right? So there we have told that the paid up share capital must be more or above 50 crore. The turnover must be above 250 crore as well as the outstanding loans must be above 100 crores. So here with this question the only matching element is outstanding bank loan is above 100 crores. Here in this question it is 110 crores, right? So in this case we are required to conduct the secretarial audit. Why? Even though the capital and turnover limits are not crossed, the company must conduct secretarial audit. Why? Because borrowings have exceeded rupees 100 crore. Any one condition triggers the audit. So we studied 4 points under applicability and conduct of secretarial audit under the Companies Act. The first one was every listed company. Then the second one was every public company having paid up share capital of rupees 50 crores or more, every public company having a turnover of rupees 250 crores or more, and every company having outstanding loans or borrowings from banks of rupees 100 crores or more. So here in this question, out of the 4 only one matches, right? So if any one of the points matches with it, we are required to conduct the secretarial audit. So this is all about the secretarial audit. We'll be coming up with the next video. Until then, keep learning and keep growing. Thank you.